Hi there everyone, welcome back to Tintana. My name is Anna and I do fountain pen reviews, inks, writing instruments, anything related to writing and journaling. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to review another Pilot fountain pen, this time from the Pilot Elite. I really like this pen and I really enjoy the classic look and style of this pen. I'm going to tell you the dimensions of the pen, the build quality of the pen, the converter, show you how the pen writes, and also I'm going to provide you a writing sample. So without further ado, let's just get to it. Okay, so I ordered this off Amazon and I'm very interested because I really like the look of the pen. I love classic fountain pens. It comes in this clamshell plastic box. I already took it out of the plastic baggie it came with, and this is what it looks like. So this come in, I think, two colors. One is black, another is like a red, like a deep red burgundy type, and this is the one that I got. So if you take a look closely, you'll see that there is a marking on the cap. It says Pilot Elite. Okay, so you also have that engraving over here, on the clip. So this is a really nice classic fountain pen. So first, let's take a look at the measurement of the pen. Let me get my ruler here. Get this notebook out of the way. Okay, and I have my leather blotting sheet here to protect the pen. So if the pen is uncapped, okay, if we take a look at the measurement, this is about 4.6 inches long with the pen uncapped. Now if you post the cap, it will lengthen the length of the pen by a couple of centimeters. So let's take a look. So with the pen cap, this is about 5.8 centimeters long with the pen cap or post-it. Okay, so that's the length of the pen. Now let's take a look at the body of the pen. So this is actually, a light pen, and for size comparison, let's compare it with the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. I'm going to compare it with my other fountain pens that are more or less, the same in size. This is a fairly short pen, but I am not sure if this is considered like a pocket pen. So, but here it is with the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. So as you can see, it's very close in size with the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. Maybe this one is just a tad bit shorter, maybe a centimeter short than the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. Now here it is with the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mini. So the mini version, of course, is shorter than the Pilot. It's maybe 2 centimeters longer, than the mini. Okay, and then you have the Kaweco. This is the Kaweco fountain pen, and the Pilot is maybe about 2.5 centimeters longer, than this. Okay, so at least you have a reference and you have an idea how long, how long is the pen or the length of the pen. Alright, so now let's take a look at the build quality of the fountain pen. Now this fountain pen is made of materials, like the cap is made of aluminum, so this is a light cap, but the body or the barrel is actually made of resin, so it's made of like a fancy plastic, if you will, but the nib is actually made of 14 karat gold nib. So really love the classic feel of this Pilot Elite. Over here on the band, I mean on the cap, you'll see Pilot Japan, and then on the top of that band you have Elite. Okay, so really gorgeous, really classic pen. It takes you back to the 1970s, right? So this is what it looks like. It feels really light, on the hand. I really like the snap-on cap. So this is not screw-on, so this is just a snap-on cap and slides perfectly in there, and you feel that snap. So really love, snap type fountain pen cap. All right, so let's take a look at the filling mechanism of the pen. So this pen did not come in a converter. It did come with an ink cartridge, but what I did is I actually got a Con 40 converter, and it fits perfectly in here. So the Con 40 converter does not contain too much, ink. It gives you like a small ink capacity, but that's fine. But if you want a better mileage for your pen, maybe you'd like to use the ink cartridge instead, because that contains more ink. Okay, so as you can see, the pen is really classy. So the one that I got here is Pilot Fine Nib. I really love the Japanese nibs. I think most Japanese nibs, if not all of them, so far I haven't had any problem with my Japanese fountain pens except the 9112, the custom 9112 that I had in my other video. But so far, all of my Pilot pens, they perform really well, you know, out of the box. So I love their fine nibs. The nibs are well tuned. Now this has a plastic feed, okay, and I don't know yet how I would clean this pen. Maybe I'll just flush it. I don't know if I can disassemble this pen completely. I will not try that, but really love, you know, the look of the pen and the feel in my hand. It's not like heavy at all, so it's very light and comfortable to hold, very comfortable length as well. But if you hold the pen, you have to be mindful that you don't, you know, touch the nib, because if you do, you will get inky fingers. So some of the inks would, you know, come into contact with your skin. So as much as possible, try to hold the pen just above, you know, that nib unit over there. So just make sure that you don't touch it, otherwise, you know, you will end up with an inky finger. So let's take a look at how the pen writes. So I have here my swatch notebook, which is the Maruman notebook that I use for writing sample. So let's take a look at how the pen writes. I am going to zoom it in so you can see clearly. So there is some ghosting here on the back of this Maruman notebook. I'm going to write here the name of the pen that I'm using right now. So this is Pilot Elite. Okay, and the one that I have is in fine nib, and the nib is made of 14 karat gold. All right, so the ink that I'm using on this pen right now is actually the KWZ ink in Honey. So as you can see, this Pilot pen, this is really nice. Okay, so even though this pen is fine, I find it really pleasant to write with. I don't feel any drag on the paper. It's just a pleasant to write with. This is actually fairly wet, so let's take a look at some smear test over here and see, you know, how wet, you know, the nib is on this pen. So really smooth and enjoyable. All right, so this is the Pilot Elite. Very classy fountain pen, very nice feel on the hand, comfortable grip, also comfortable length for the pen. Now let's do one more writing sample. Maybe I would write the generic, the quick brown fox. So let me focus this camera here. Okay, right, so very nice fountain pen. I have the quick brown fox, jumps over the lazy dog again. Very nice, very smooth, you know, dependable Pilot pen. Really happy with it. Okay, so now I'm going to give you what this looks like on paper if you write with it, and I'm going to provide you another writing sample so you'll see what it looks like. I've already done that ahead, and I am going to show you that in a moment. So right now, what I have here is my live notebook. So this is a blank page. The writing here is done using the Pilot Elite. And as you can see, now one thing I want to mention about this Pilot fountain pen, there is a little bit of bounce to it. So it's made of 14 karat gold, but if you press, you know, a little harder on your downstrokes, you're gonna get a fine line variation with it, which is basically what you are seeing here in this writing sample. So as you can see, let me zoom this in a little bit so you can see better. So as you can see, there is a little bit, you know, of line variation on this fountain pen. Okay, and it makes it really nice to write with. It makes your writing a little bit more fancy. Now let me demonstrate that to you. So see what happens if I press down on my downstroke. So let's try that. I'm gonna do some eight figures here, if you will. Okay, so as you can see, you have a little bit of line variation with it. I mean, it's not like springy like the flex nib, but there is a little bit of like softness to it because this is, you know, made of 14 karat gold. So I recommend that you don't press too hard because you don't want to bend and damage, you know, your nib. So let's do a little bit of variety in my pressure so you can see what it can do. Okay, so let me zoom that in so you can see that clearly. I'm going to write the name here. Okay, I'm going to press just a little bit on my downstroke, and you can see that it does have, you know, a fine uh, line variation. It does produce, you know, a fine line variation, so which makes this pen really versatile. You know, if you want to make your heading, if you write with your notes and you like your heading to pop and you want to do some things that make it more catchy, well, you can do like the heading and flexing it a little bit, or I should not say flexing, I should say like vary your pressure on your downstroke a little bit, and you can get that fine line variation. And then for the rest of your writing, then you can just, you know, write normally. All right, so what do you think of this pen? Is this something that you would like to add to your collection? I highly recommend this pen because I absolutely enjoy it. I never had any problem with it. It's just so pleasant to write with. Like I said, you know, some fine nibs, they tend to write I would say dry, but with Pilot pens, even though I have like fine nibs, those fine nibs are so juicy, and I never had a problem with it, you know, drying up or feeling dry on the paper. They are just really good fountain pens. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed already, go ahead and click the subscribe button so you will be notified when I upload my other videos. And if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, feel free to write them down on the comment section below because I enjoy hearing from you guys. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you again next time. Have a good day. Bye.